You know that feeling. Too many updates? Too many meetings? Too many things falling through the cracks? Monday.com was built for that gap. The AI work platform designed from the ground up for people and agents to work side by side and deliver more together. Drafting the brief, flagging risks, running a competitive scan, your agent can do it all. And the best part? Anyone can build one. Even you. Try it. Create your first Monday agent today at Monday.com.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
It's fine. You're a target. You got to be a hard target, though. Make them really
red
work for
dot. This red dot following me around.
I'm sure everything's fine.
Pay no attention to the red dot.
Welcome to Car Con Carne. I'm James Van Osel. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Exploding House Printing. Are you in a band? Are you someone who represents a brand? Well, Exploding House Printing can help you with all of your merch needs. We're talking screen printing, embroidery, whatever. They're local. They're over in Hermosa, and they've been doing this for a very long time. So if you want like shirts done or whatever, give Exploding House Printing a call. They've done products for Empty Bottle and The Music Box, Dante's Pizzeria, The Broketowns, Meatwave. It's a long list. You can see it on their website. You can check out their work on Instagram or the Insta at Exploding House, or check out their site at explodinghouseprinting.com. Get a quote while you're there, or see a list of some of their clients, and please, by God, let them know I sent you. Hey, you always wonder, Chris Otepka of the Heligoats, you always wonder if people pay attention to this stuff and take action. You just kind of cross your fingers.
Insta caught my ears, so I was tuned in when you said Insta.
That's what drew you in?
Yeah, I'll check out Exploding
But you're
House.
not really like a social media person, right?
I am very social media challenged, tech challenged, and I don't fight it anymore, and I don't let it upset me. I defer to people who are smarter in that realm, and sometimes they seem to enjoy helping. And
so you're never going to be an influencer doing the selfie stick saying, "What up, fam?"
I didn't say
Chris
that.
Otepka.
I'm not counting that out either. But
if someone wants to bankroll that, you're good.
It's going to take some upgrades on my phone. I have a 10-year-old phone, and it doesn't even have a camera that works anymore.
This is exactly what I want to hear from you. This fits your brand, I think, so beautifully well. I feel like there's nothing terribly urban about you. Like, I feel like you have this rural personality.
Oh, thanks.
That doesn't.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh,
sure.
it 100% is. For your songwriting, just your persona, I wouldn't want you to be like super plugged in.
All right. Well, yeah, there's good news.
Check.
It's not for lack of some trying, but the world just moves so fast these days.
It does. It does.
I got stuff to do.
Did you tell your mom you're not coming home tonight?
Tonight, yes. I told her until further notice now.
There you go.
So
I'm talking to you, but I should introduce who you are. Heligoats is a man with an acoustic guitar. That man is a returning guest. He's a personal favorite. He is Chris Otepka of Heligoats, also of Troubled Hubble. I've interviewed both personas, both Clark Kent and Superman, on this podcast. But we first came to know you from Troubled Hubble, a forever underappreciated band. Heligoats is the alter ego, shares the same space as Troubled Hubble, so much so that the new Heligoats album, which we should hold up because we have a visual aid.
Okay.
The new Heligoats album is right here. It's a reimagining of Hubble's 20-plus-year-old classic album, Making Beds in a Burning House. Neat new monuments. Oh, my goodness. The album name it's a paraphrasing.
It is.
Of a lyric from 14,000 Things to Be Happy About.
It is. I've not really done that, I don't know. It called out to me as, just being asked to re-examine songs that I wrote 20 plus years ago.
Well, that was a question I had for you. You said being asked. Did you ask yourself, or did someone say, "Hey, Chris, will you do this"?
I I'd approached it as an exercise, but when Foreign Leisure Records in Milwaukee reached out, offering to repress a record from 20 years ago, not really
visual aid.
Right. I brought that as well. So it put things in a kind of different and new perspective. And oh, sorry, thank you.
Put things in a new perspective.
By some people saying this thing is worthy of another pressing, and for, you know, people to celebrate it again. I basically had to say, like, oh, cool, I'll check it out. Like, I'll see what this record is all about. And yeah, it ended up being a really wonderful experience, having to relearn songs that I wrote.
Recreate them, right? I mean,
so that's what ended up happening last summer. I had set a little bit of money aside, and I had an engineer coming over to the house to record and start recording this new Heligoats record. So I had new songs underway right when the Hubble band was reforming, and we had limited time to practice, so it took some independent study to get these songs reworked, because Foreign Leisure printed 500 of these records, a deluxe edition, pictures from 20 years ago. It's beautiful.
I love it.
Thanks. And so it was really, they just wanted us to play a show or two to celebrate it. We ended up doing four shows, only getting together a few times, and relearning the songs kind of presented a whole new meaning. And I started to realize, I think, that they meant more than 4 shows and a deluxe reissue. It meant more than just getting together and performing the songs as they were recorded. When, you know, I was checking out the record as, you know, somebody who has evolved as everybody else has.
Right. You were a kid.
I was a kid, for sure. And since then I've put out more records. I didn't stop touring. I didn't stop writing. So, and I've also tried to, in small ways, improve my writing. I've taken some poetry writing classes with Buddy Wakefield, and tried to figure out how to best pack heat and be a more efficient writer, and I still enjoy it so much. Not to say that I buried what I had in the past, but I kept moving and kept writing, and so I had to see if what I wrote held up. And
well, and hang on, is poetry writing the same muscle you use for writing songs? It seems to me like they'd still be kind of on parallel paths, but very different.
I think that the poetry teacher doesn't want you to approach it like you're writing music. I use it for that. I love the rhythm of words. That's what I'm really drawn to. I like, strange meters and words that line up, stanzas away from each other, and I don't know, I like to try to find mystery and also unlock mystery. But no, I don't think that, like, a poet will want you to say that it's the same muscle, but I will use it for that, because yeah, I like the rhythm of words, and to be efficient in trying to extract and relay things that you want to address. I like to ramble too.
And I love that about you. All right, so you realize, hey, these songs that I wrote when I was a kid, I have a different relationship with them now.
That's absolutely how I felt. And everybody's relationship has changed, and the fact that people still had a relationship with the songs to begin with is why we're even doing this. So I took it seriously, and yeah, the relationship, I think, improved. I obviously then stopped recording the Heligoats record that I was working on, and I just started recording practices when I was playing these songs to relearn them. And so I put the Heligoats record on the shelf last summer, and instead kind of enjoyed reestablishing my relationship with these songs, and it was a lot of fun, and I was getting good guitar sounds, and I have this brilliant engineer, Mark Walker, who was helping me, and he made the song sound pretty good in my opinion.
Great.
And so this is the analogy I kind of have for it, because the 20-year capper is like our music was pretty physically demanding, and the reason that we got the Lookout deal and is because we pushed ourselves so hard physically and would tour hundreds of days of the year, and those days are what we are celebrating, and it was a kind of a dopamine crash to realize that that's not what's going to continue. It's kind of, we're putting a capper on this because you can't play like we did, jumping off of amps and throwing ourselves every single night, and our drummer played so powerfully that he hurt himself on this last run. And so it was a kind of realizing that how I felt. It confirmed how I felt from the beginning approaching this, this definitely, these songs mean more than this experience, than these 4 shows, than these live shows. And the analogy, like kind of how I saw it when I decided to do this record and print it, is like Indiana Jones grabbing his hat. I grabbed the songs, and like I will continue them in this I'll continue celebrating them in this like kind of new dad rock vibe on everyone's behalf.
Not dad rock.
Okay, thanks. I don't really like that term at all.
So these reworkings, is we're talking about Troubled Hubble, the other guys in the band, are they, I don't know how to phrase this, are they cool with your reimagining of these songs?
I invited them all to be a part of it, and because I wanted to have the engineer there to record our practices when we were getting back together, and time I guess just did not allow. I got all of their blessings, though. I told them like this is what I was
kind of
hoping
had
to do. Yeah. Oh, no question. Yeah. So while I was recording, while I was asking them to come over and record little parts on these reimagined, reworked versions, I got Carrie Eubanks to play the strings, who plays strings on the original. I got Ben Grigg to play trumpet. He was on the original. Pat Richards plays bass. Ian League plays guitar. Stephen Wilson's playing keys. So it's a more ethereal approach, I think, and I don't have it's the songs are still there, and I'm just trying to pay homage or pay respect and honor them in the way that I was asked to do, I guess.
And you're advancing them.
Yeah, I thanks. I wanted to, the Heligoats and Hubble definitely existed in 2 different spots. So I wanted to bring the Hubble versions, that I reworked to the Heligoats friends and see if they like them. And so, there've been some good response already.
I really enjoyed it. I should mention we met in Schaumburg, which is kind of like equidistant from our 2 homes. And I was trying to find a place, just a simple place for us to go. Like, well, maybe a coffee place. So we're in this nondescript strip mall off Golf Road. I think there are 3 places that advertise coffee in this strip mall. There's one over there.
Yeah, it's
there's one we just went to, and I think there's one over there as well. None of them are chains. They're all.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want caffeine, by God, Schaumburg is your place. But this place does coffee and bubble tea. This is only your 2nd bubble tea
ever.
I'm so glad I could be here for this. And as I'm drinking this, I'm like, oh, we'll just have a kind of a snack drink. This is probably 5,000 calories that I'm ingesting here.
It's, you commented how heavy it was too it is very heavy.
I have the coconut one. And it feels like I'm just drinking whole milk.
This is a coffee bubble tea, but it tastes like a chocolate milkshake, and I'm enjoying it.
All right, so back to the album and the reworkings, the different takes. I feel like I See Molecules, it gets one of the more dramatic reworkings.
It did. Yeah. Key change and tempo for sure.
And it even gets a little name change from I See Molecules to I'm pretty sure I can see molecules.
Yeah. It's a wordy title.
In 14,000 Things, they hit slowed down, but still has that energy to it.
Yeah. I tried to, it is a zippy song. So I did not want to, mess with that. I wanted to keep the energy there. I didn't fight any of this. And when I reworked or when I sat down to play and relearn the songs, it wasn't to apply any kind of new groove. It was to try to, play what I had originally played. But then things started to feel better, just slightly. I mean, yeah, I've changed on a molecular level a few times since I first made those songs, and so that's what you hear. I think is just the evolution, I guess. Or
To Be Alive and Alone on the Hubble album, textbook indie rocker. Here, Love is Happiness and Happiness is Free feels a lot more personal than it does on the Troubled Hubble version. Am I picking up on the right thing?
Yeah, sure. That is probably the most personal tune on there. I mean, on that record.
Because I don't know that I made that connection listening to the original version.
Sure. Yeah, it's more exposed. There are more lyrics exposed.
You mentioned strings, the ear, nose, and throat suite. Get violin on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is lovely.
Thanks. Yeah, that turned out great. And I'm pretty sure that they were both connected on, or I don't know, are they? Yeah, we have ear, nose, throat parts 1 and 2 on side A, but they're split on Neat New Monument. So side 2 starts with the instrumental.
Got it. And Jackpot Stampede Deluxe, it always had country vibes in the original version. Here it feels more like honky-tonk, ramshackle, old 97s.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Yeah, cool. It is ramshackle.
Which has a certain charm to it for sure.
Thank you. With the distorted vocals on this, I did want it to be a little more raw, and that's what happened. And yeah, that's the last track. It's a little bit of a different vibe than the rest of the record.
And speaking of vibes, as we know, inspiration strikes at 3 a.m. Safe and Sound, it sounds like a song that was written and performed late at night, which it probably was. Without electric guitars, it definitely takes on a different texture. It becomes something different.
For sure. That one was tricky to try to figure out, and I'm really happy to hear it without the full crazy treatment. It's still sparse, but yeah, I guess inevitably if you're applying, some synth and acoustic guitars, things are going to have a bit more of a dark vibe, and that one already had like kind of a dark vibe to it. Because it was written through the middle of the night, and I did have to kind of figure out where I was and how I was when I wrote some of these things. And Ear, Nose, and Throat I wrote on a flight from Chicago to Los Angeles, like in the middle of the night, in the median of a spiral notebook, just listing off my thoughts on the healthcare industry.
It's amazing.
It was.
We were talking about the healthcare industry before we started recording.
Mm-hmm. It's a great industry.
Yeah, it is. That is, they care about you. And Bees has a nice slow swagger in this version.
Thanks. Yeah. Bees was really fun. I recorded the record in Elburn, Illinois,
which is rural.
I was living temporarily. Yeah, it is rural. Bees has a video coming out that features all of the ruralness of Elburn, but that's where Hubble was born, and I was like in the shadow of the Elburn water tower, doing this record. And
water tower is a motif in your music.
Yeah, I used that metaphor of a water tower on fire as somebody that doesn't like to bring their problems to other people and just take care of that issue themselves. And all the writing for this record occurred before like your face in a phone was a thing. And so there is that like kind of innocence to it as well, where these songs came from. And I think that, you know, I hate to say that, you know, my own, something that I've created has like is like sacred, but there's so much 20 and 30 year nostalgia right now, and all of these records that are being brought back and all these tours that are being brought back to celebrate is because that was like a sacred time, and it was the last, you know, before digital streaming took over and when albums were considered as albums, and so that
and people were always expected to be on camera, on call, just available to be consumed by others. It was a different time.
Right.
It wasn't that long ago.
And it wasn't that long ago. Right.
I realized I had a smartwatch. I had a Google Pixel watch, and I got rid of it like 2 weeks ago because I don't need to see my texts on my wrist before I can get to my phone. I don't need people calling my arm. I went analog. I just got myself a cheap, like $25 Amazon Essentials watch, and I'm good. I just want to, I'm going to look at the time. I do miss simplicity and just being detached from it all.
Yep. The detachment for sure. This kind of unafflicted, free thought that, you know, music from 20 years ago and before, just has that music today will never have and never know. Like how to write something without considering how it'll sound on, you know, the Insta.
The Insta. You know,
but that's fine. I'm not like trying to be a downer about it all. I brought the songs up. They're going to, you know, I freshened them up. They're going to be on the Insta. I want people to have access to them as well.
Absolutely. So my not wearing a smartwatch is my, you know, roughing it. Because, you know, when I think about your life, I couldn't go camping. I'm too soft to go camping. I'm scared of bugs. Like I can't do what you do, Chris Otepka. Like any camping trip I took would be a camping trip from hell.
Well, 10 years ago, that's what the record was that came out. The Back to the Lake was, using a camping trip as a metaphor for life and how we're all here camping on this earth, and we're all in our, you know, some version of a tent and trying to survive in this wilderness. But yeah, so we're all camping. Everyone is out here camping. We're all camped out on earth. But I do find it. I do find a lot of inspiration, you know, in the rural setting that you picked up on that I'm from, and deeper into the woods too. Absolutely.
Do you wear bug spray? I hope you do.
Oh man, my bug tolerance has definitely gone down in my older age. I have to wear a head net and I get the little
so you look like a beekeeper?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh yeah, life-saving for sure. If you're going fishing, you can't be swatting bugs and, you know, reeling in a 50-pound
I get
carp.
welts. Like when mosquitoes bite me, I just get welts, and it's like time to go inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's another thing. I guess I don't get mosquito bites really. I can let them.
You must be a cyborg or a superhuman or something. Some kind of metahuman.
But this is not the first time I've heard this from somebody thinking I'm cyborgian.
All right. So you mentioned that when you made the pivot to kind of readdress these songs, you put a whole Heligoats album, or at least a lot of Heligoats stuff, on the shelf, which suggests to me that, I mean, the cadence of new music from you is going to be pretty quick after this one.
I would like to resume. The Hubble reunion took up all of last year through the winter, and then I spent, you know, just the last few months finishing the record. It was printed at Smashed Plastic. We only made 100 of them, and so I do want to follow up on it sooner than later, and I'll try to get back to work on it this fall. I want tour in the spring, so having something new then would be fun. But if it's still just the Neat New Monuments, then I'm only having more and more fun playing those songs right now.
And that's why you do this.
We'd had the release show last night. We played as a 4-piece, so I had a guitar, a bass, and a keyboard, and it was very, very groovy. It was fun.
And where was the release?
At Kiss the Sky Records in Batavia.
I've been there. A gigantic record store.
It's beautiful. It's in its third location in the last 30 years, and they've been in this spot here for a while. There's a stage. Steve Warrenfeltz is a local legend, and he really treats you well. He's a pillar of the community. He's a wonderful guy. And to think that we played there 30 years ago.
That's crazy.
I mean, not 30, it was 25 years ago.
Okay, crazy enough.
Yep, yeah. They've been there for 30. We were there first 25 years ago, and there are pictures of us from that show, and yeah, we're tiny. We are tiny kids.
Well, I'm glad you've grown.
Yeah, thanks.
And I love the new Heligoats. I love the Heligoats, period. So glad to reconnect with you. So glad to reconnect you with Bubble Tea. We really checked all the boxes tonight.
Life-changing. Thank you.
Chris Otepka, thank you as always for jumping on the show.
Thank you,
Love
James.
the new stuff, and I can't wait to hear the new stuff that's coming down the line too.
Thank you, James.